Hello everyone, my name is Jose. This is the second part of the video about how you can build a kind of Shopify clone using Phoenix framework, Elixir and Liveview. So as I mentioned in the first video, unfortunately the application is private, it's not an open source project, but I would like to show you a little bit the code and trying to explain how I am organizing the code. I'm sorry for my poor English. One of the reasons why I am doing this kind of videos is continuing. And yeah, so let's see how the code looks like. Sorry. Okay, so as you can see in my screen, there are three tabs. In the first tab, I am running the Caddy server. The Caddy server is a web server that you can use in development and production. It allows you to support subdomains, and because the application supports subdomains, because each store can have their own subdomain, so we need to use this Caddy server. It's really useful, and actually I think I will be using it. I will have to use on production too because it's really powerful. In the second tab, I have the Phoenix server running, and in the first tab we have the code editor. I am using NBin. So yeah, something that I would like to explain you is how we can support subdomains using Elixir. So let me open the roads. Okay, so yeah, so this is the roads file. In this file I have only the user context. Basically the store have two contexts or two parts. The first part is the section where the user or the owner of the store is going to be able to administrate the store, and the other section is the store itself. As you can see in the URL, we have the subdomain and we have the store itself, where we have the catalogs and the shopping cart. So all of the things related with the store, right? This is the second part and this is the first part. So I have two files. The first file is to manage the roads for the user section, and we have another file to manage the store. The road is of the store. Okay, so in order to support subdomains, we need a plug or a plug. I don't know if it's the right pronunciation, but Phoenix has something called plugs. So a plug is something that it's a module that you can create, and it runs before something. Okay, so in this case, let me open the endpoint. Okay, this is where we connect the plug to the road. Okay, so we have the name of the plug is subdomain, and this is the roads file. So let's open the subdomain plug, and this is how it looks like. Basically, from the request, I get the subdomain and I put it in a private store and the name of the subdomain. Okay, so let me open the store road. So in the store road, we call another plug, which is user store. Let me open the user store file, and this is the other plug where I get the name of the store. Sorry, where I get the store using the subdomain. Okay, this basically allows me to find which store I have to show in the main page in this case. In the store. Which store should I show to the customer? Okay. So I think this is the one of the most important parts of the application. Okay, yeah. So we have two files to manage two roads, and we have these blocks to manage the subdomains, to get the subdomain, sorry. Okay, what else? Let me explain you a little bit the context that I am using for the application. The way that I am organizing the code is using contexts and subcontexts. Okay, so one context is, in this case, for example, the account. Other context is the billing. Other context is the inventory, commerce, sales, shipping, transaction. Each folder corresponds to a context. Okay, so in each folder I have all of the things related with that context. Let's see, for example, the account context. I have two folders where I have, in the first folder we have the schemas, and in the second folder we have the subcontexts. Okay, so for example, I have a schema for the customer. The schema is a kind of table. Basically, it's the representation of the table in Ecto. And I have, as you can see, I have a schema for the customers. So, and in the subcontext, I have a subcontext customers, where I have all of the functions related with a customer. Let me open in the right side the schema so that you can see. Okay, in the, let me see, customers. Okay, in the left side we have the schema, and in the right side we have the subcontext. As you can see, in the right side we have different functions like get customer by email, get customer, create customer, update customer, delete customer, all of the things related with a customer. That's how I am organizing the code, and where I call this function. Okay, we have the root, or the main module where I call the subcontext. It's account. So as you can see, in this context account, we have this, I think it's a macro, it's a Elixir macro, where I call the different subcontexts. Okay, this is delegate all, it's not part of Elixir. I am using this library, contexted. Basically, it's really useful to split your code in different modules and different subcontexts, and you have this macro to call the different methods. So it's really useful. Without this, it's probably that you will have, if you don't use this library, you will have to do something like this. Def delegate, for example, list customers to, and delegate to the model. Okay, so but it's probably that you will have a lot of functions, so if you use this, it's going to be bigger, and maybe it could be a little bit confusing to find something. So yeah, that's the reason why I am using delegate all. As I said, it's not part of Elixir, it's a library you can find on GitHub. This is the library. Okay, yeah, this is how I am organizing the code. As you can see, I have other subcontexts which I have the same pattern. I have a folder for the schemas, and I have a folder for the subcontext, and from the main context I call the rest of the subcontext. Okay, so in other words, let me explain how you can call this. For example, we have a subcontext here, we have account, and you can call this, you can call the list of customers. For example, let me find something like this: account dot list customers, right? So as you can see, you can use the main context account.list customer, right? So when you say account.list customers, basically you are calling the function which is part of the customers model, but only from the main context, which is account. Okay, yeah. So this is how I am organizing the coding subcontext, because the application it's a little bit it's a big application, or a kind of big application. So there are many parts of the it has many parts. So there are a lot of functions. So it could be confusing to have only one module to manage all of the code. So I think it's a good thing to try organizing different modules and using context and subcontext. Okay, so yeah, this is the things related with subcontext. And the front end is the common thing that you have in Phoenix application. You have a live folder where you have the live views, and in this case I am using namespaces, one for the store, another namespace for the user. So for example, in the user administration, we have orders, products, collections, clients, settings. So as you can see, we have all of the things in this namespace, right? So, and for example, let me open this module, which is brand, a module for the brands. This is the brand. It has an index page and also a show page where I show the name of the brand. So this is an example. I have an index page, I have a show, and I have a folder, a components folder where I have the different components. Okay, I follow the same pattern for the rest of the pages. As you can see, most of the things are the same. Yeah. So, and maybe for complex forms, I am using Liveview components. In this case, for example, let me open this section, which is a section where the user can create menus. Is for this part. For example, let me create a menu. I don't know, about. Okay, and I can create in this section different menus. For example, I don't know, menu 1. Let me just write an example of something. Okay, let's create another one, 2. Let's use another collection. Okay, and if I refresh the page, you can see the menus. Okay, so for this feature, as you can see, we have 2 menus, and each menu can have their own form, right, where you can edit the information. So for those forms, I am using Liveview components. Okay, let me show you a little bit of code. What is this part? User, store. Okay, so yeah, so in this case, each form, this one and this one, it's a live component, right? So basically each row is a live component, and in that way I can have the methods to save the menu, in this case, the sub menu in this case, in the live component, not in the main page, right? So it's more easy to manage because it has their own state, and it allows me to reuse in other parts. Okay, in this case, in the other row. Yeah. What else I can show you guys? Maybe, yeah, as you know, there are other parts of the application that are not probably related with context. So I have a folder for services where I have different things, most of them related with the different contexts. For example, I have a sales service where I do many things like send a notification to the customer or send an invoice. So there are many things on this model and on these modules, and I think a good way to organize all of the things is creating a service. So the idea is that you don't have to have all of the logic in your live views. So your live views needs to be lightweight and call those services. So that's it, guys. The application is it's kind of big application, so it's not possible to show any single part of the application. But if I can give you an idea how you can organize your code, and also I am open for any feedback, because I am still learning Phoenix, I am still learning Elixir, Liveview, and there are many parts that definitely I can improve. I am open for any feedback, and so this is the second part of the video, guys. And if I am not sure if I will do other video. Maybe I am thinking to create something to show you basically how you can create this sidebar, and also how you can create this following this UI, creating this model. So maybe, I don't know, if I have time I will do that, and I will share part of I will share the code with you guys. And so, but for the moment, that's it, guys, and thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.